Isn't that the truth, right? That's all we ever see is the people who are just bragging and saying how great they are constantly. And we all know that's not the case. That's not reality.
This is the How to Trade Stocks and Options podcast, brought to you by 10MinuteStockTrader.com, where we cover finance, stocks, options, entrepreneurship, education, and money. And here's your host, voted one of the top 100 people in finance, Christopher Ewell. Hey, can you do me a favor? I really want to help you with trading, and the easiest way for me to do that is by heading to secretinvestingbook.com to get my book, The Secret Investing Book, totally free. All you're doing is covering the shipping price, and we'll send you this book that exposes 13 virtually unknown secrets to take the guesswork out of trading. So grab your copy now at secretinvestingbook.com. Be sure to like, subscribe, and watch all of our past episodes.
Good afternoon, traders. Happy June 21st, year of our Lord 2023. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I know I am. Kids and wife are home for the summer. Everybody's hanging out, doing our thing. I spent a lot of time this morning working on our outlier strategy and codifying it, and putting it pen to paper, basically. So that's what this is today. I'm going to be going through it as we do our trades. Now, a lot of this I've done ahead of time because I'm so excited about this, and this is what I love to do. So you don't have to stress so much. This is a little bit more work on my back, but that's okay because, as I've said many times, I'm going to be doing this anyway. I'm just honored that I can do it with you. So let's see. Victor, mic is failing. Oh snap! Give me a second. Let me plug it out and plug it back in. Okay, Victor, let me know if that is any better, and I appreciate you letting me know that was happening. So let's get on to it, and let's start our market analysis. All right, welcome to the 10-minute trading room. This is how to trade in only 10 minutes a day, and exactly how to take the guesswork out of trading and have a microphone that works. Thank you, Victor. All right, so this is our new outlier trading strategy. And this is something that I am super excited to partner with you and with the team at Outlier to bring you, because this is unbelievable. So I went through, like I said earlier, and really clicked through all the boxes, thinking about what I've been doing over the last few weeks: entry points, exit points, position sizing, etc. So I've codified it today, and we're going to go through it. Now, of course, if you or anyone else has questions, let me know. But it's really similar to what we were doing before, but with a few tweaks, right? So first, we need to grab the outlier data. So the way we do that is to get the list of buy and sell signals on the outlier page, which I've already done that, and they are right here. So there's way more sell signals than buy signals in this market today. So I have the list right here, and you can see the sell signals. There's a lot more of them. Now, I went through and I dropped all of these into the outlier scanner, and just for the sake of brevity, I went through and marked the ones that don't have liquidity. So the orange ones do not have liquidity, but the yellow ones were showing that they were set up for entry. So let's just run that one more time on the yellow ones. Everything else was just a waste of time, so I didn't even bother sharing those with you. So that's these here: edit, paste special values. Take off the other ones real quick. All right, and so of those, actually one of them is no longer included, so XOK, which was a shame because I was really excited about XOK. I was texting with Mitch over on Benzinga that I was like, man, I'm going to buy some XOK puts today. But it's not quite there. Now, the reason being is that it's not below its 10-period moving average. It's flirting with it. It's not below there. And the MACD, which we need to have crossed over, is not crossed over quite yet. The reason that I want to make sure that the MACD is crossed over is because that's going to be one of our stop loss points. Is if MACD crosses back up, then we need to be sure that we get out, right? We need to keep our losses small. Now, what is MACD? MACD is the 12-period moving average subtracted from the 26-period moving average. And then that's the blue line, I believe. And then the signal line is the 9-period exponential moving average of that line. Okay, that's what it is. It's moving averages, really. At the end of the day, is all it is. So what we're trying to do is make sure that that price action indicator is showing the direction we need. Now, I'll put it to you this way. I am excited about this one, and I do want to trade this one. If we finish the program here and we're not in it, but by the end of the closing of today's market, it still sets up, I will text you on the Discord to let you know that it did set up, and I'm going to go ahead and put it on. It's very possible, because like I say, it's flirting with its 10 period right now, and it's flirting with the crossing over on the MACD, so it really is that close. But let's continue on. So we've taken the data out of the outlier, and we've dropped it into the relative strength scanner, which is making sure it's in the direction of the trend, making sure that it has relative strength, and that it has high trading volume. And anything that's not set up for entry, we've eliminated. Now, I'm taking that another step further, and I've already looked at the liquidity. So these ones here already have good liquidity. I know that for sure. Saves you a minute. You don't have to worry about it. Now, of course, we'll do this more together in the future, but I just really enjoy doing this, so I've already done it. Then a double back test, right? On this strategy, we're doing a double back test. Now, why? Let me show you why. So NLY was one that I traded not long ago, and it was set up on outlier. But like from the moment I put it on, it just didn't work. And see, here's the sell signal that I took. And as you can see, it's just basically gone up since then. So I thought to myself, how could I figure out a way to make sure that I'm in the right direction with this, right? You can see it is under its 10. It did have the MACD cross down. It did have the sell signal here. And even if I took the trade, how could I get out sooner? So I did my strategy tester, which is basically just MACD and moving average together, and saw that it had a negative 254%. And I was like, okay, clearly I would have never taken that trade if I had seen the back test at negative 254. So a price action back test didn't quite match the outlier back test. And so that's why I did this. So that's why I put in here double back test, because the trend spider back test takes seconds. Let me show you how fast it can be. So pin is one on the list today, strategy test. Short, click run, positive 26. This is negative 3. Okay, so we're going to skip that one. I thought that had a positive value. So negative 26, 0.1, it's still positive. And GPK is up here, negative 22%. So really, we're down to pin and XLK. Those are the only two that are set up from this perspective. So we're down to just 2. So that was the trend spider backtest. And then I went through the outlier signals, and I just manually did it. So 5 out of 7 winners on here. And then pin had 3 out of 6 winners, but it has a positive expectancy, so that still looked good to me. So that was what I did on the double back testing. And then the final step is just a quick double check. When I say a double check, a quick last final check, we're trying to make sure that the MACD is already crossed down. Trying to make sure that the outlier color has not been in the overbought or oversold category. So what does that look like? So let's go look at pin, and I'll show you what I mean. So we go up to here. We're going to click the other icon up here, which changes it to the color view. And then this shows that it is not oversold. What we want to see is, let me go back. We want to see it start in the green and move to the pink, right? That's the direction we want to see, which we're in the green right now, moving into the pink. Or if we're in the pink, selling it short, waiting for a darker pink. So that looks good there. And the opposite would be true if you're buying, right? If you're buying it, you want to buy it either in the pink or in the light green and let it go to a darker green. So that's what I mean by overbought or oversold. And pin, as you can see, is not oversold. So looking to go short there still. And the other one was XOK. See what I mean? This has already given up like 40 cents since we've been talking. It's now under that 10, and it's almost crossed on MACD. We're still going to take a look at it. You can see here, this is definitely not oversold. In fact, I would call this overbought. Very deep in the greens. We want to see that turn around like this situation here, or like this situation here. So that is where we're at right now with PIN and XLK. So those have had our final checks are passed on those. Now on the position sizing, I mentioned this yesterday. I really want to change it up slightly, moving it from a 2% to a 5% on the calculation here, with the knowledge that if we're looking for a 50% loss on the option contract, in reality, our whole balance should only be impacted by 2.5% or less. That's why I made that change, and this is the calculation to do so. Feel free to pause or come back to this later so you can get that information. A couple things here on the planned exit points. The MACD crossing back, or 2 times the ATR from entry, which coincides with this 2 times ATR value on the position sizing. Kind of clicks together there. Short exits will be when it hits this color code, which would put it into the oversold category, or if it goes back to green from pink. What do I mean by that? If it goes, let's see if there's an example. I'm trying to find one where it goes the other direction, right? So if we are short selling in the green, so let's do that. If we're short selling in the green, we want to go from green to pink or red, right? But if it goes from green to pink, back to green, right? Green to pink, back to green, and it still hasn't given us a sell signal, we gotta get out early. That's what that means. And the same is true on the other side if we're going long. And then shading goes opposite the trend. Right, so if it goes from like darker green, lighter green, back to darker green, or lighter pink, darker pink, lighter pink, and still haven't got to an exit point yet. That's the point, right? This is an oscillator, and we're reading it in the colors rather than in the line. And so that is the way that I'm interpreting it. And then lastly, a couple other notes on here. At each profitable ATR, we want to keep the trade on, right? If the stock moves in your direction by 1 ATR, can you roll it up and out for a credit? If so, do it, right? If not, just hold it. And here's how we do it, right? Close, sell to close, buy to open on different strikes there. But the reason we do that is we take partial profits off the table right now. You take profits and keep the trade on. It's pretty awesome. It also frees up some capital. So if you have, let's say, $1,000 available, and then you can roll this up, maybe you've got $1,500 available and you can actually take on more trades. So that's the way we do that. And then 1 week before expiration, a similar setup here. If we can roll it out, we'll keep it on. If we can't, we need to go ahead and close it so we don't run into a liquidity crunch. And then, of course, if there are earnings, we still need to be sure that we keep our risk in check. So top to bottom, soup to nuts, that's the strategy here. But of course, it's all about the execution. So let's go back to XLK. Still not quite crossed over on the MACD. What I'm going to do is let's go take a look at XLK's options chain. I'm going to start at the monthly here. I'm looking for open interest of 250 or greater, which is that. Extrinsic of 20% or less. I say ooh because that's not 20%. 245 over 375 is 65%. Open interest. There's no other puts that are in the money with the open interest we need. Let's go check around a couple other spots here. Okay, well, in that case, XLK is off the table. Why is XLK off the table? Because when we go back to our liquidity, we need less than 50-cent bid-ask spread, 250 plus open interest, and less than 20% extrinsic value. We don't have that. We got the open interest, we got the spread, but the extrinsic value being 65% of it, that does not fit our trading criteria. So XLK is off the board. So PIN National Game is really the only one. What did I say in the Discord earlier? And KRE. Why did we not take KRE? Oh, the back test, right? Strategy test. Because I really honestly thought that this was a positive back test. Yeah, negative. Okay, never mind. Never mind. So it's just PIN. And let's go to the monthly, see what's available. Oh yeah, here we go. That's the liquidity we want to see, right? That's the liquidity we want to see. Now let's check our open interest. Open interest. Oh, that was open interest. Extrinsic, that's what I meant. So this is basically nothing. This is 50%. So we could go up to 27.5. All right, that's the one trade that sets up for today is Penn National Gaming or Penn Entertainment. July 21st, 27.5 puts. And let me see where I can get filled in the business account on the other screen. 27.5 puts. How many do I need? Make sure you run your calculation. Let me throw up the calculation for you if you need it. The ATR value on Penn right now is 0.93. So you would do your balance times the risk times 2 times 0.93 to get the number of shares. And then divide that by the delta of that contract, which I just use 80 as a round number. Watch this. It's going to be so close to that. 87. A little higher. But either way, that's the number of contracts you'd need. All right, so Penn, July 21st, 27.5 puts. Get my position size. And rock and roll. See if I can get 325. Penn, July 21st, 27.5 puts. All right, not getting filled at 325. I'm going to try 330. Filled. Fill price. 330. All right. Let me drop this in the Discord. 6/21/23 trade number 1 Penn. Let me rephrase this. Spot Penn 7/21/23 27.5 puts for 330 when trading at, let's call it 24.35 right now. There we go. So that, hey Brian, good to see you, man. All right, so the one trade today we got on Brian is puts in Penn Entertainment. As you can see, the MACD's crossed down. So where are our, that's the word I'm trying to say. I'm from Texas. Where is our planned exit points? If the MACD crosses back over, or 2 times ATR from entry, or a short exit of the outlier data. That's what we're looking for. And until that happens, we need to be patient. There can be times where this can take days or weeks to play out. And we just got to be ready to take advantage of that as it happens. So that's going to be the only trade for the day. But real quick, before I do this, let me put on here where that is actually at. So 24.30, what did I say when we got in? 5. 24.35. Opening. 2 times the ATR value is 27 or 2.78 plus 24.35. 27.13. Brian, yeah, the Bears are rocking and rolling, dude. Yeah, I'm trying to put on puts in XLK. Oh, it's coming back. That's what we wanted to see. The price action's coming back. The MACD is like basically 0. It's under there, but the liquidity just wasn't there. Extrinsic. There's just so much extrinsic, right? What's that, 226? Or 222 now. Divided by 395. 56%. That was 65 a minute ago. If for somehow this possibly comes back, and it may, I'll let you guys know in the Discord. But I am going to be watching it because I did want to put a trade on in that. So let's move into our final thoughts. I am super stoked for this new strategy. Let me tell you. All right, so the Macro Alf on Twitter. You may or may not be following Alf, but he has some good tweets. I saw this one earlier and I was like, I'm going to bookmark this. This is good. So this comes from Steve Cohen, Market Wizard, and one of the founders at Point72 Hedge Fund. He says, my best trader makes money only 63% of the time. His best trader, 63% of the time. Most traders make money in the 50 to 55% range, right? That means you're going to be wrong a lot. A lot. Here, my results, since we've been talking about that this year, since we got something going on now, 47%, right? Still profitable at 47% with a year-to-date return 23.5. Annualized, we could see 57, but I think it could be a lot more than that as things go. Could be, can't make promises. That means you're going to be wrong a lot, right? You're going to be wrong 47 or 53% of the time. And only right 47% of the time. You'll be wrong 50% of the time. That's a hard truth to accept for many. Sebastian, dude, it's been so long. You will be wrong 50% of the time, Sebastian. And that's a hard truth to accept. And then a little bit further, a little bit extra he added. And needless to say, on FinTwit, everybody is always right and trades 100% win rates. Isn't that the truth, right? That's all we ever see is the people who are just bragging and saying how great they are constantly. And we all know that's not the case. That's not reality, right? The best trader working for one of the best hedge funds is right 63% of the time. But that 19-year-old that you've seen on Twitter who's right 100% of the time, oh yeah, believe every word he says. And believe every word I say, that I am excited that you're here, excited to be a part of this for you. And if something does materialize in XOK, I will send you a text on the Discord. Thank you all so much for coming to today's 10-minute trading room. Super excited to have you. I know this went a little long. I'm explaining it as we go. And of course, this will be refined a little bit further as we get deeper with it. Brian says, even more wrong if you're married. I have a 0% win rate when I'm married. Y'all have a great afternoon. I'll see you right back here tomorrow. Talk soon.
Hey, don't forget to grab your free Secret Investing book over at secretinvestingbook.com.